So, Session 1 begins in 2055 with the 5 members of the group making a general decision to help the kidnapped people who lived in the same place that they did. The members of this group were Tomorrow, Mac, Chewie, and Sax. The 5th member, Taco, was recruited because he was making too much noise with his car. But wait, where do all these people live? Well, they all live in a Best Western near the tip of the Aurora Warrens. Not enough information for you? Too bad. If you want to know more, check out the VODs on Faleg's channel, link in the description, or pop on over to the Discord. We'll be glad to have you. With that out of the way, let's check in on our players and find out a bit who they are. Tomorrow is an elf magic user with a tendency to utterly troll everyone. She's not exactly social, but she has a ton of spells that are just generally helpful for deception or better movement, like turning into birds or using influence to make people think stuff. She also makes everyone look fab with totally useful fashion spells. Not even kidding about the useful part. Those are awesome. Mech is, again, an elf magic user, although he's more of a healing, slightly more combat-oriented type, packing some lovely shield and reflex buffs as well as invisibility. He also likes to hang on bars and be generally fun. Chewie is an orc with tons of drugs that kind of just drags stuff around with him everywhere. He's pretty good at being social and has a shotgun called Plan B, which is a great name for a shotgun. Sax is a human decker who enjoys playing the saxophone. Enough said. Taco, an orc, is, as I explained earlier, a car guy with a badass car and a big-ass gun on it. He also talks about treads a lot. Very fun guy to hang around with a cyber arm that occasionally bugs out, which is fun because he's the driver. So that's our crew. So let's go rescue that orc couple, shall we? So the whole crew meets up in Tomorrow's room. This becomes a thing. And the crew goes over their plan. They argue said plan for a bit because not getting shot is difficult. So they did the smart thing. They used all the info they gathered pre-session, mostly by Tomorrow, and since I'm trying to keep this short, check out her write-up of Session 1 and all the pregame stuff that happened here. So they decided to attack at night, while everyone was sleeping their life away, because why not? So they take Taco's excessively loud car and approach from a lovely concealed angle. Meanwhile, Sax, who wasn't actually there, was hacking like a badass and managed to get into the door system and stuff, which sounded really good until the rest of the party saw that a lot of that stuff wasn't even there. So Sax has been essentially made mostly useless outside of unlocking the door, so the rest of the party approaches where they found out where the people are being kept. They get very close, and there's at least a few guards that are awake, doing their thing, and making sure no group of people opens the door, and they open the door. One guard notices this and goes to check it out, because it's his job. But Tomorrow tells him no. He listens. Tomorrow is also a bird now. Yep. So the whole group enters the place stealthily with the help of Steven, Tomorrow's air elemental, and everything goes pretty much to plan. And everything that didn't was swiftly resolved. There were 3 sleeping gangers in the room, which Chewie proceeded to quickly drug to make sure that they couldn't do anything. They found 2 hostages, both sleeping. They decided to not wake them up, and instead Tomorrow turned them into dogs that the group carried out of the building quietly. Then they snuck away without being seen, and nothing else happened because the well-laid plan worked correct. No. This is the point where everything went to hell. A bunch of drones decided to attack the shack as the party was fleeing, so the drones started shooting at the people, and a firefight happened, which thankfully the group kept running away from and was not caught up in. And then a jeep ran into the building. Well, that was underwhelming. The 3 gangers that Chewie drugged died in the explosion, which upset at least one member of the party. The group ran off to Taco's car and got the hell out of there. And upon return to the Best Western, they started to try to figure out what the hell just happened.